Okay. Good evening, and good evening. I am Ian. This is my lovely wife,
Rachel.
We are of Big Family Life in the Simpson family home and 4Fs with the Simpson family. The 4Fs representing faith, family, food, and fitness. Faith because we believe we can do all things through Him who loves us. Family because aside from God, there's nothing and no one more important on this earth. Food because food is medicine. And fitness because we believe that overall wellness can be achieved by pursuing and maintaining a strong mind, soul, and body. Hence, 4Fs to manifest your best life by grace under God. This is Real Talk. And we've just been kind of on a topic here that if happiness is a choice, then how do you get, if you've identified that your current situation or circumstance is making you unhappy, because your current situation or circumstance can always be changed. That's not, written in stone. So how do you get from that to being happy? And what my wife and I are suggesting is that, we first have to identify the small little things that make us happy, and we feed into that. And in that tenor, what did you do today that made you smile?
You know what? I just noticed you changed your shirt.
I did change my shirt.
Okay.
Did that make you smile?
No, I actually like the other shirt.
Oh, no. Should I go put back on the other shirt?
Okay. I was sitting here. I was like, hey, there's so much contrast.
Oh, it didn't even occur to me that normally we don't do that. Normally,
we actually, like, one of us will go and shower, get ready, and then the other one, and then once we meet up, we're like in pretty much matching colors.
We're in sync, when we dress, typically, I think that after a while, typically that takes about like 10, 15 years as a couple before that type of thing happens. However, we're already there. Hey, Nick, God bless you. Happy Victoria Day. God bless you, Sakis. Happy Victoria Day. Happy Victoria Day to Canadians.
What is Victoria Day?
I think it's a day in honor of Queen Victoria, I believe. I don't know. God bless you, Nick. I hope the family's still doing well. I'm going to take a quick second. I'm actually going to go change my shirt.
No, okay.
I'm actually going to go change
You
it.
are?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't care for the contrast. I just know that you pointed out.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It's fine.
Yeah, it's like
What's that doing?
contrast. Contrast for me is like because we were similar earlier, and so when he came out, so it's just and then I'm all alone here. Fifi, come. Oh, who's Notice Grizzly? Glizzy.
I don't know who that is.
Okay.
He's coming back.
He's coming. He's pretty quick. There we go. There now, I'm not so all alone. This is Fifi. Say hi, Fifi.
Hi.
Hi, Fifi.
It's like, It says, what's the good word, kids?
The good word is that God is good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The other good word is that today is Mama Beth's birthday. God bless you, my mom in Toronto. God bless her. It is her birthday today. So give her a special shout out. God bless you. We appreciate you so much.
Which reminds me.
Hey, Pop. Good evening. God bless you.
She was supposed to phone back.
She was supposed to phone back, however.
So just in case she phones either one of our phones and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. So what did we do? What did you do this evening to make you smile? Or today? What did I do today? I'll start. No, babe, you start. What did you do today?
What did I do
today?
today?
Yeah, what did you do today to make you smile?
Oh, that's always so hard because I do a lot of things.
Rain?
I went biking today.
Rain?
Yeah. I actually went on a different workout because usually I walk during my workouts when they do their I guess their running piece, and I usually do a 3+ kilometer walk, and then today I actually rode the bike and then had to get off and do the sit-ups and push-ups with them, and then get back on the bike and just keep up with them. So yeah, today that was fun. And then I went for a solo bike ride after.
Right? And the weekend was great, Pop. God bless. Thank you. Our weekend was fantastic. Of course, it was Phoenix's birthday this weekend, so we lots of food and so on and so forth. And how was your weekend? And yes, biking. And what made me smile was actually, as Mom says, her workout was always slightly different. She's a little bit behind us in what she was able to do because she was recovering from an injury as well. And I missed that. Okay. Yeah, I got you. I got you, Zion. I got you. And so she's a little bit behind. So today today was a steeplechase day for us. So what that means is that we run a lap in our community here. We run a lap, and a lap is 1.5 kilometers. And then over the course of that lap, we have designated spots, 4 spots designated over the course of the lap where you would stop and do push-ups and bicycle crunches. And so over the course of one lap, we have 4 stations, 25 push-ups, 25 crunches. So that's 100 push-ups and 100 crunches per lap. And then we do 3 laps, 4.5K, 300, right? So today, she normally would, as she said, on steeplechase days or run days, she would do a speed walk. However, today she was riding a bike, and every station that we got off and did our thing, she got off as well, and she did some push-ups and and sit crunches, and she is not at the numbers that we're at. However, we've been at this all winter, and she had that injury, so she wasn't able to. So that made me smile. Seeing her out there and putting in the effort, putting in the work, and she's been back on board full time with the training regimen for the last couple weeks now, maybe.
Yeah.
And I'm watching her, monitoring her progress closely. And I mean, for me, it's all about the effort. So watching her put forth the effort, you don't have to be the best anything. You just have to be your best self. Just do your best, And so for me, it's just watching her put forth that effort, and that made me smile. What did you do today that made you smile? And Pop said, relax once and ready for the bump and grind at work tomorrow. Yeah, I got you. What is it that you do, Pop? Yes, we are a fit family. We try to stay active, and fitness is a big part. Again, 4S, faith, family, food, and fitness. Faith, family, food, and fitness. So when you're talking about trauma, generational curses, and things like this, and how to combat those, exercise is proven to just be one of those natural antidepressants. Right? True story.
Pop said repair technician.
Dope.
And then...
sir, how do you deal with someone stealing from you? Just need advice. Sorry, no need to apologize. You want to go first, my love? How do you deal with somebody stealing from you?
That was
Hulk smash. No.
That was a regular occurrence in my previous life.
Right.
I could not trust anybody, so I always monitored who you could actually trust and allow into your home. So for me, it's like once I found out, I actually just kind of kept them at a distance after that.
Yeah.
You break trust. So I kind of just
Yeah. Hey, Daft, he's on his Canadian fishing, Canada fishing _outdoors. TikTok, please follow Canada fishing Canada.fishing_outdoors. That is one of the things that our good friend here is doing to feed into his own happiness. He's created this new little thing, and he's making Can you do it on the phone? Do it on the phone and see what happens.
No.
Can you continue to record? Okay.
No.
And that's one of the things that he's doing to feed into his own personal happiness. So if you could please follow him and help him to build that platform, we would greatly appreciate that.
Can you ask Jazz to come here, please?
And where were we prior to that?
We were checking on everybody, and
Yeah.
Dad was just calling, so I'm gonna write down the number for Jasmine so she can call him and let him know.
Right.
See if there's been
Great idea.
change in plan or.
Yeah. And so we are at what's with the t-shirt? Go ahead.
No, this is actually one of my favorite shirts that he has. It is a woman on there. I just love that it just feels like art. And then the
Yeah.
fit on him, yeah, it's a very sexy shirt.
It's
Yeah,
a
I
little
love it.
dark.
Bless you.
However, no, you can't bring that around here because you're going to end up using it. It's going to end up pulling one of the cords. Please go put it away. Yeah, it's a little dark. I'm not entirely sure what it is. However, I got it a few years ago, and as she says, it's more about the fit than anything else. I, yeah, it's just a t-shirt, really. It really is. It really is. 100%. It's really just a shirt. And it makes her smile.
Oh, jeez, I can't.
So what did you do today? That Daft is going. And Daft, what's your name, brother? I mean, this is my wife Rachel. What's your name so we can stop calling you Daft? He's going fishing tomorrow after school. That's fantastic. He lives in Ottawa, and the one thing I remember about Ottawa when I traveled there as a young person, I was actually there for a basketball tournament in high school. The Rideau Canal. Daniel, fantastic. Thank you, Daniel. God bless you. We appreciate you so much.
I can't find it.
The Rideau or Riddell Canal, Rideau Canal, and it kind of just goes all the way through Ottawa or downtown Ottawa. Anyways, his name is Daniel, baby.
Hi, Daniel.
Yeah. So what did you guys? Because if happiness is a choice, how do you get from being unhappy to being happy?
Grandpa.
Well, you say,
That's where
yep,
I
the
like.
Rideau Canal. Thank you. Happy long weekend. Yes, God bless. It is Victoria Day. Happy Victoria Day to our Canadian friends. God bless you. Hi, Nick. And so how do you get from your current situation? We've identified that we are unhappy. How do we get from our current situation to being happy? Because happiness is, in fact, a choice. So one of the ways is to feed into the little things. Identify, first of all, the little things that make you happy, and feed into those things. And I think that what will happen when you're feeding into the little things that make you happy, I think organically what will happen is that you will stop feeding into the things that make you unhappy. I think that that's an organic response or an organic occurrence. Once you start feeding into the little things that make you happy, I think that organically you will just find that you've stopped feeding into the things that make us unhappy, because that's a choice too. That's a choice too. Go ahead, sweetheart.
No, I'm just the kids are like all around, so I'm just trying to watch all of them, and then Callie comes and sits here, and she's like looking at herself and admiring. So I just find her adorable.
Yeah,
But,
it is
yeah.
that time. It is that time.
Yeah.
And we will take a moment and just say goodnight to the kids and send them off to bed.
No, and I just feeding that happiness. I like that. How do you say it? Rideau.
Rideau Canal.
Rideau.
Rideau. Yeah,
So
the
that's
Rideau
where
Canal.
that photo is from,
Which photo?
of him fishing.
Oh, is that where that photo is of, Daniel? Is that where you were, in fact? And the Rideau Canal, it just meanders through downtown. Does it open up into a bigger causeway or a body of water or something, some such? Give us a little bit of a layout there. Are you close to downtown, or are you out more in the suburbs? Do you get to see Justin Trudeau or
It's your neighbor.
yeah, is he like your neighbor or something? Like, I mean, this information is interesting, right?
Yeah.
It's cool. Good night, sweetheart. Come on. We're going to take a moment and send these littles off to bed, huh? What?
Yeah, take the number. And
No,
phone
take
on
the
your
number
cell
and
phone.
put it into your
Wow.
phone.
Look, she just walked away smiling. Oh boy.
Are we gonna be
Um,
able to see Grandpa tomorrow?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, we're going to find out. Okay, we'll find out once he calls back to find out what they were calling for. We have to see what they was a change of plans or something, so that's what we're calling back. Okay. Love you. Good night.
Oh, okay. So he said, "Yep, the video was in Dow's Lake, which is right downtown. So the canal is filled up from the. Oh, that's pretty cool. And then Pop is like, I guess whatever mood you're in, there's always a smiley face.
Yeah, because it's kind of like the
Come here.
does anybody remember the movie Inside Out? Kids movie.
Yes.
Does anybody? Well, of course you remember that movie. But kids movie. Does anybody remember the movie Inside Out? Because I absolutely adore that movie, because I feel like it's an absolute perfect representation of
Oh, sorry.
human emotion, and the idea that we're supposed to grow, we're supposed to change, and when we go through those rocky rough patches. And if you haven't seen the movie, then you wouldn't really understand what I'm talking. But if you have seen the movie, and if you haven't, go out and see the movie. It's a great movie. Denzel Washington. I don't know who did the voices in that. I don't know who did. It's a cartoon. It's a kids movie. It's a kids movie. It's a fantastic movie to watch with the family. I love you.
How
The
about
credit
Soul?
scene with like the one bus driver guy went into his head, and he just had a bunch of angry guys in his head.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah,
and then,
you got-
and then they just started exploding. through
No,
their heads.
No, don't
The
be
white
sorry. Don't
one.
be sorry, Paul. But the
On
idea
my
is
side
that,
of the
like, I
bed.
mean, you
You
have
said
everybody.
both.
We have
No,
basic
it's
four
character.
basic emotions. We have four base emotions, and so there is joy, sorrow, anger, fear, and envy. Five basic emotions. That's them, right? Joy. No, that's sorrow. Joy, sorrow,
He's gone.
fear, envy, and anger. And those five basic emotions work in conjunction to create a well-balanced human being. And so the idea is there's absolutely nothing wrong. And actually, it's actually very important to feel the emotions that you're going through, right? And envy is a worthless emotion. Not true. Not true. One of the things that our counselor is helping us to understand is that all these emotions is that there are warning signs to let us know that there is something wrong. There's whether we're feeling unsafe, unhappy, or these are just signs to let us know. So they're very useful, right? There's absolutely nothing wrong with being angry. It's how you act or how you behave when that emotion creeps in.
And I love that there's also different levels of angry. Because you can be slightly angry, a little bit annoyed.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden you can, like, at the top, you're just like seeing red. So it's just,
Is it in properly?
Says, I've been on a fishing streak. Last week I went out every day. Some places had fish, some did not. But it's the thrill of the hunt, right? Just to be out in communing with nature. I love fishing on a boat. I remember once just being in a boat in a big old rainstorm, just huddled in the corner of the boat with the rod in the water and just, I was good. I had a rain jacket, I was comfortable, I was good. Didn't catch anything, but I didn't need to. It was just, yeah.
so yeah, it's like being out in nature.
Yeah.
That is actually one of my favorite things. I'm actually a barefoot person. Once summer hits, I'm outside barefoot. I've always been like that, and I find that just connecting with nature, dirt, whatever.
Grounding.
Grounding. So I do a lot of that in the summer. That actually feeds my soul. Is just being able to connect with Mother Earth and just feel. Yeah. Not a lot of people are barefoot people.
I am. I like to every once in a while just feel the soil. I remember this one years and years ago when I was a younger person. I was one huge 4-foot muskie swam by me is crazy. This summer my goal is to catch it. Wow. I think I had one of those. I've only heard tales about them. I don't know exactly what they are, how big they get, but that's you 4 feet. Yeah, they. Huh?
They're coming. He's gonna fall.
Good night. Good night. Love you. No, we've already done that. Go on.
But I want extra.
All right.
I want extra.
Good night.
Wait, I didn't say good night to you.
So I remember one time years ago as a younger person, I had I was out and
Good night.
good night. Good night. Love you.
Love you.
Good night. What were we talking about, sweetheart?
Grounding.
Grounding. Okay, thank you. And I remember I was out drinking with some friends, and I was very much inebriated, and so I thought that I was going to be ill, and I didn't want to do that in front of anybody, so I kind of snuck out the party, and then it was at this friend's place, and it was kind of the back of the place, so I kind of snuck around to the front. and it was dark in the evening. There's nobody there, and I could have some quiet. It's a beautiful evening, and I was just sitting there and just getting the fresh air. And I saw this patch of open soil.
Yeah.
That, sometimes you'll have like a bald spot in your lawn, and yeah, Papa got you. And there was a bald spot in the lawn. It was just open soil, and I thought to myself, man, I need to, hey Jimmy, I need to get grounded right now, because I was and I took off my shoes, and I went and I stood in that spot, and I felt better, and I says, okay, but this isn't enough. And I said, let me just lie down here. Let me just lie down here for a second and just get my cheek right up in, and I just, that connection to Mother Earth and the cool dirt. And I was found like that. I was. However, the reality was I was no longer inebriated, right? I wasn't like out of my facilities or faculties or anything like that. I mean, it might have looked like I was just quite loopy, lying there, on the cold dirt, just, However, I was quite. It worked.
It worked.
Yeah, it worked. It was fantastic. I just didn't want to get up. I was having a moment. I just didn't want to get up. It was yeah. They say that what is it? Being alone can be addictive. That's a true statement. That's a true statement if you do it properly.
Yeah, and then our 13-year-old Justice today. We were all sitting on the steps, and he's sitting there with one of the things that bothers me is socks and sandals. And so Dad and I were like, okay, well, how about you take off your socks? And he's like, no.
Yeah.
Come on, you gotta let your feet breathe. Come and stand in. And then all of a sudden he slowly took his socks off, and then he went barefoot into the grass, and then found a little dirt, and we were like just sink your toes in there. And he felt, yeah.
And I was trying to get him to lie down and cheek up on it, but he wasn't ready for all that yet.
So he enjoyed it though for a moment. Yeah, he actually.
Grounding is important. Grounding, it's important to feel the water between your toes, like spring, the beach, sand, dirt, soil, grass. It's so important. It's so important to have that connection with nature. What's up, son?
Nothing. I was just trying to think if I brought my phone in here or not.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so, though. Sorry.
I see. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
don't. Heard the Jets won last night. That's exciting.
Yeah, they're up 3-0 right now.
And they're up 3-0 in the series.
Yeah.
And
we weren't even supposed to do good this year.
I mean, that's exciting. We're in Winnipeg, so I mean, got to give the Jets a shout out. They won last night, and they're up in the series 3-0. They came back 3-1 last night apparently.
When did they play?
They played last night.
Oh, okay.
I remember the day I got a leech on my foot. I cried and screamed. Yeah, I would too. That's that's like my kryptonite. I'm not, huh?
I remember one time I was at the lake.
Yeah.
I came out the water and I had 2 leeches on both ankles. Oh man.
Yeah, that's not. That's like kryptonite for me. Creepy crawlies, bugs, all those little things like that. I just don't do well with all of that.
That happened. I took the kids swimming at a lake. They were smaller, and one of the kids was in the car seat, and I had stopped at a gas station, and I was, and they're like, oh, what's this? And right in between the toes there was a leech, and I start screaming, and I just grab it and pull it off, and then there was like blood everywhere. It was the grossest thing, but it's like when it's your kids, you kind of go out of your comfort level to help them. Oh yeah.
True story. I actually know 2 guys that if they go swimming in the lake here in Manitoba, they'll put on condoms for fear of.
Really?
True story.
That is
True story. Well, there in Africa, apparently there's these little fish that they will swim up your urethra, the male urethra, and they're bonefish, and to get them out, they just yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I mean, there's that, but I mean, that's Africa. So National Geographic, man. I don't know. I mean, when stuff goes up there and it just sticks, I have no control.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
What is that, baby?
I don't know. What was that? What is that? The emoji pop.
Oh, fishing.
Oh yeah. Fishing. Fishing makes me happy. And so in the Pursuit of Happiness, right? Great movie. Right? in the pursuit of happiness, you say that. I think that what happens when you start feeding into the little things that make you happy, I think organically what will happen is you'll stop feeding into things that make you unhappy, because that's a choice as well, right? I mean, we all know people that, quite frankly, are toxic, that are draining on our resources, right? We all know people like that, quite frankly. Yeah, you see that, eh?
I see that.
Oh
I was like,
boy, that's pretty bad.
Sorry.
There, that's better. And and life, as we said last week, is complicated. It's not so easy as ABC and 1, 2, 3 to remove toxic people from our lives and take ourselves out of toxic situations, or even to just feed into our own happiness. However, you reach a point where you have to accept that your happiness is important. And yeah, if you want to have your best life and live your best life as is promised by God, happiness is a choice. Just do more to make you happy. It's, life is complicated. Life is complicated. It's easy for me to sit here, Pop, and say that, just feed into your own happiness. Identify the things that make you happy and feed into that. My situation is different. Everyone's situation is unique. Everyone has different stressors, right? However, I would say I'm quite comfortable in saying that we make time for the things that are important to us. So I would ask you this. I mean, what are the 3 most important things in your life? And whatever you answer, right, then the next question I would ask is quite simply, okay, how do you divide your time over the course of a day, over the course of a week, over the course of a month? And then you need to identify if how you spend your time lines up with what you say are the things that are important in your life. And if they don't line up, then either, number one, you're not entirely being honest about what is actually, because that's possible too. You're not being entirely, good night, sweetheart,
Right.
love you. You're not being completely entirely honest about the things that are important, right? Or what's probably more likely is that you're not putting your time where your heart is. You're not putting your time where your heart is. If you've identified the things that are make you that are important, however, your time isn't going there, either you're not being honest about what is important, or you're spinning your wheels. You're not being productive.
And you're not finding balance.
Right.
Because if you're feeding your passion, so something that you love, it's feeding your you mentally, but also family wise. Oh, Daniel.
Hi, Daniel.
Hello,
God
hello.
bless you. Thank you. Welcome.
So we all have to find that balance in our life, and that doesn't mean having to sacrifice everything to make somebody else happy. Because I had my previous life, I had to sacrifice a lot, and that meant actually any kind of argument, whatever. At the end, I would just that wasn't no battle I even wanted to win, not even win, not even to engage in, because it was not worth the time or energy. So a lot of it I just shut up and take it, basically.
And the thing is that you don't have to. Good evening, Chris. Hulk Hogan changed profiles on us. I don't even know why he would do that. I mean, he was talking to us earlier, and I was just so kerfluffled.
I want to know what Saki is that. Saki 2020? 2021.
Saki 2021? 2021? What's that all about, Chris? What's that all about? What is that? A little Saki? Does your wife know, Chris? A little adult humor there, every once in a while. So before we go any further, and before I forget, next challenge. This. I saw on TikTok, there's this crazy plant guy. That's his name. He's the crazy plant guy. And all he does is videos with all his plants. And I want to be that guy. I want to be him when I grow up.
I don't even know what I was doing earlier.
Yeah.
And he comes in, he's like, babe, can you get a hold of those people with the plants? I need more plants.
I need more plants.
I'm going to be that plant guy.
I'm going to be the crazy
what
plant guy that
He goes,
does
I want more plants. So I'm
TikTok videos with his plants. That's it.
So-
That's going to be our content from now on. Faith, family, food, fitness, and plants. feeding into my happiness.
And then today I had to go grab another end table to make a bigger table for him to
For
have
plants.
his plants. And then
And more pots.
I bought him, more flower pots. So he's
For
has some
repotting.
planting tomorrow.
Right, tomorrow morning. We got to go shopping, grocery shopping tomorrow
yeah.
morning because our regular slot was filled up. I'm thinking of kiwi or dragon fruit. Of growing a kiwi. Oh, can you? Wow, let me know. Abe makes me happy. Yeah, Pop. Abe gives us great joy. He's in the centerpiece. Abe and Mr. Miyagi, Chris, are on the centerpiece of our dining room table right now. So this is a corn plant, right? This is a corn plant. So new challenge. We have to name the corn plant. And the three names that we have so far are corn on the bob. That's Harry. Carla's got margarita, and George Backery had sage. So far, we've got one vote for margarita and one vote for sage. No votes so far for corn on the bob. However, that is a fantastic name. Corn on the bob is a fantastic name for a corn plant. So please cast your vote. Margarita, okay. Daniel cast one vote for margarita. And Daniel, please let us know how it goes with growing dragon fruit or kiwi. Because I'd be really genuinely interested. I had a fellow that I worked with years ago, Barry Smith, on the railroads. What?
Chris,
What?
he says, Big Ben, just look at the size of his wood.
Okay, Chris. And Barris, he's old school Jamaican, and he could grow anything in this climate. Like, I mean, he was growing banana trees in his living room in 20-liter pails. Like, I mean, he could grow anything.
Who?
Barris,
Oh, okay.
the guy I used to work with on the railroad years ago. Like, yeah, he was growing banana trees in his living room in the winter. Yeah, it's crazy. You could grow anything, man. Yeah. Excuse yourself, please. So far, I'm growing 2 grapefruits, and it's going well. That's fantastic.
Oh, that's interesting.
That is fantastic. Gardening gives me happiness as well. I really enjoy gardening and lawn care. Once again, please cast your vote. Corn on the bob. Oh, was that a vote for corn on the bob, Pop? Okay, copy that. Got you. Thank you, Pop. Got you. 1 vote for corn on the bob, and I got 1 vote for margarita so far on today. And we'll run that till Wednesday or Friday, and and then we'll pick a different plant to name. I've got lots. and I intend to get more.
He wants Big Ben.
Big Ben. Big Ben. Chris wants to add Big Ben because of the wood. Okay, Chris, we'll make an exception, and we're gonna add Big Ben, and you guys can vote on Big Ben as well.
Is trimming? Pop said trimming the grass with my shears makes me happy.
With your shears, that sounds like a big. Oh well, you got the electric shears, yeah.
Huh?
Huh?
Electric shears? What is that?
Are you thinking the one with big
Yeah,
scissors?
I was thinking.
I was thinking, yeah, that's a big job.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. With shears, that's a big job. I remember one time when my mom passed away, we went to Jamaica for the funeral, and my oldest sister, who is the second best person that I know, the standard for the family. She really always has been. She was just the standard of excellence, and she is and always has been the standard of excellence to me in the Simpson family. And I remember when we were in Jamaica, and she was obviously depressed, and we all were, and she really needed a change. She just needed to do something, and she really wanted a haircut. And we're in Falmouth District, Rock District, Montego Bay, Jamaica. Ain't no barbers. And we were about to leave, I think, to go up to St. Elizabeth to see my dad's people. And she just really wanted a haircut. Like, I mean, I think it was just a part of...
Her grieving.
Right. And so I'm like, okay, I'll do this for you. I got you, sis. I got you. I will cut your hair. I will give, and at the time, Grace Jones was really popular. I don't know if you guys remember Grace Jones, the model and actress. However, she was really popular at the time in those Conan movies or whatever. She did one with Will Chamberlain. And I was like, okay, I'll cut your hair, sis. I got you. I said, I'll give you the Grace Jones. Short on the sides, flat top, you know, with a little peak at the front. And she's like, that sounds great. Grace was very tall, yeah. 3 steaks, 5 chicken legs, 2 flans, 10 cocktail shrimps. Outdoors fish. What did I miss?
Oh,
And so-
Daniel went to have, he ate too much yesterday.
oh, wow. That sounds
Italian friend.
fantastic. Yeah, that's
You ate 3 steaks and 5?
3 steaks, 5 chicken legs. Well, he's a 16-year-old dude, so yeah. Got a hollow leg.
Yeah.
And so
Sound like our kids.
so my sister now, she said, and so I said, okay, I'm gonna need some scissors at the very least. Ideally, I would like some shears. Well, we ain't got no shears, so at the very least, I'm gonna need some scissors. So okay, we can get you some scissors. I says, word, I can do this Grace Jones thing with these scissors, right? And they brought me pair of scissors that was about this big, and they were rusted, and they like sheep shears or something. But yeah, and so I was like. I said, I got this. Let's go. And I gave her the best haircut that I could. And so fast forward about a month, we're back in Winnipeg. And I sitting at home one afternoon chilling. And my sister says, Ian, the phone is for you. And I'm just, 14 years old. Ain't nobody calling for me. Phone, what do you mean the phone is for me? The phone is for you. I'm like, who is it? It's like, the phone is for you. So I answered the phone. It was her hairdresser. I did to my sister's hair. And yeah, it's just one of those fond memories I have of my sister. I love her greatly. And she forgave me. That speaks to the level of her capacity to forgive. It wasn't even a thing. It wasn't even a thing. That's weird. Now that I think back on it, it wasn't even a thing. Like, I cut her hair, and for whatever reason, she needed it. I mean, she's a very intelligent person. She had to have known what was the end result was going to be. And I mean, for whatever reason, that's just, she needed that. And I mean, came back and cut it low, grew it out, and moved on, you know? It was never a thing. She never made it a thing. Yeah.
She chose to be happy after that.
Yeah, maybe that was a part of what she needed to do in order to move on after what was the most devastating blow in our family. You know? Yeah, maybe I should have cut my hair too. Yeah, but I mean, that's what this, at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. We're talking about trauma, we're talking about generational curses, and we're talking about cultivating tools and strategies on how to deal with them, and not make, the idea is not to make concessions for your trauma, to make concessions to learn to live with your trauma. The idea is to develop strategies and tools to help you get past your trauma and to get to your best life. Hair is overrated. In our culture, we cut our hair in grief. What culture is that? What culture is that, please? Is that Velma? Is that Velma? If I remember, is that Velma? That might be Velma.
I think so, yes. There was something you said, and I was just going to go off of it. There was something I shared today, and it was like getting over your traumas because of, if you don't deal with
First
your
Nation.
trauma.
Okay, thank you. Verna. Sorry,
Yes.
thank you. I do remember our conversation from the other day. God bless you. Welcome back. Thank you for coming back and spending some more time with us. Verna, God bless you.
Yeah, so for me, it was like, you know, if you don't deal with your trauma, and then, you know, something that happens to you that comes from another person, and you don't deal with that trauma, and then you start hurting the people you love because of somebody else.
Because of someone else's trauma.
So I feel that we have to either make that choice, you know, to deal with it, because we start carrying on that, those feelings. Oh, careful. Mercedes.
We
Start
you,
carrying
sweetheart.
it forward, and then we're hurting the people for something they haven't done.
And if I may piggyback very quickly, one thing that my wife had said, we were having a conversation last week inside the home, and I was, so it was about the, thank you, Verna, God bless you. And Daniel, why is your greatest fear losing your hair? And it was a conversation about the glass backboards in the outdoor courts that were spread about the city here, and how some individuals would come in, and after they went up, there were glass backboards, came in with hockey sticks and just smashed them. And it was like, the logic behind that, it was like, well, why would they do that? We were trying to get to that place of why they would do that. And then my wife said simply in that moment, she's like, hurt people hurt people. Let me say that again. Hurt people hurt people. Nobody wants to be feeling that pain and that hurt all by themselves. I mean, misery loves company, right? Misery loves company. So hurt people, in fact, do hurt people. And so when you're carrying around that trauma, right, then you're going to end up as hi, Carla, God bless you. As my wife said, on it, whether intentionally or not, hurting the people that are important to you, that you love, because you're having unhealed and undealt with trauma. And because hurt people, right? So the idea is to, I think the trick of this, or not a trick, a worthy goal, yes, I think a worthy goal ought to be that, because we all endure trauma, and regardless of our lived trauma, is to not allow your experience to turn you into your oppressor. Do not allow your lived life experience, no matter how negative, to turn you into a poopy person. Right? The goal is to still be good, godly, and kind, regardless of endured trauma and lived life experiences.
And I feel that, we kind of go unchecked throughout our day, depending on what situation. Either you're at work, you're irritated, and you're heading home, and you run into somebody, and so you have that built up garbage. And then, you meet somebody not even knowing who they are. You just have that verbal diarrhea just to get it out. And I feel like we don't actually deal with those things in the moment. And so something that could be triggering to you, and this person doesn't know it's your actual trigger, whatever, right, that does not give you the right to actually just, give them everything that you're feeling, because yeah, you're gonna feel good in that moment, but then that person now has to carry that garbage for you. And so we just have to be so aware as what we put into the world, either verbally, also emotionally, because we're adding on to other people.
We're adding to other people's trauma.
And do we want to add on to trauma, or do we want to add it into their happiness?
Feed into their happiness. Daniel said, I think it's because I really care for my hair and enjoy styling it. And what 16-year-old young man doesn't? God bless you.
Our 17-year-old loves styling his hair.
Right? Like, I mean, he is out of control. GQ Jordy with the good hair. However, he does have nice hair.
Yeah.
Good evening, Grandma Debbie. God bless you. Thank you for joining us. Some horrible traumas that are unspeakable make you hypersensitive. For me, God helped me. God bless you. Thank you for sharing that. And you're absolutely right. Certain traumas are unspeakable. And again, I think it's a worthy goal, a worthwhile goal to say that do not allow your lived life experience to turn you into a poopy person. The idea is to endure and still be good, godly, and kind. God help me treat people better and not let me treat people the way I was treated. And that, right, that. God bless you, Verna. Thank you for sharing that. To have the strength and the courage to be kind, regardless of what was done to you, regardless of what you've endured. That is good, godly, and kind. Thank you, Verna. We love you.
Because I find that, if we kind of go back to that comfort and solution. If our loved ones come to us and we could be having a poopy day, whatever it is, right? Sometimes, we just want that comfort, but sometimes there's a solution needed afterwards. Because if we're being just a poopy person towards other people, they're like, hey, what's going on? You're being unkind. So we have to be open to looking at to what was actually causing it, because sometimes none of us even know.
Yeah.
So like I deal with PTSD, and sometimes I have triggers that I don't even know what it stems from.
Yeah,
So-
like me breathing too loud.
we get to the
Or
point where
chewing
we
too
can
loud from
actually
time to time,
laugh
yeah.
about it, but
That's never happened. I laugh about it because that has never happened. She has never said to me, "You're breathing too loud" or "You're chewing." That has never happened. So I want to be very clear.
yeah.
Never, never. It's funny because it's never happened. Thank you, God, my Debbie. You received that.
So yeah, it's just so like, yeah, I lost my thing again.
I'm sorry, no PTSD and
Yeah,
the triggers.
Yeah, so I don't know what my triggers are, and sometimes I can snap, and the reason I snap usually at him is because I know it's safe to do so. However, it is unkind and unfair because he's never done those things, which is where I had to really realize that he is not the person that has created this PTSD and anxiety, but he's been able to be my safe person where I can work them through. And he comes to me and says, "Why did you react this way?" Or I can say, "I felt this in this situation." I have to usually go through all the senses and then connect it, work it through. And I think that was one of the best things for me, is that I can actually say, this is what's triggering me right now. And so that has actually, by going through all my triggers, whatever, even if they're surprise ones, they don't last as long as they used to.
That is a fact. That is a fact. And go ahead.
No,
Sarah.
I was just reading that. I was going to read it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I should read it out loud.
Yeah.
Hey, Pop, I deal with people at work who are negative or don't have any... What?
Or don't have
any opinion about anything. And that's so interesting. I've run into situations like that. I actually got told at one place is that I was too happy.
I've had that.
My
construction
happiness
job.
actually affected other people.
I've had that.
Which I found very odd because I was trying to, not trying to spread. I was being positive about the environment I was in. I was not going to allow it to turn me negative because, if people are negative, I thought, okay, well, I can counterbalance that negativity with my positive because I was happy.
That's right.
And then I was told I was too happy. And I was like, this is ridiculous. It hasn't really sat well with me since then.
I endured that as well. I mean, I was told, when I was working spotting for the cranes in the construction job, I was specifically told not to use please and thank you on the radio. And I'm like, what do you mean? I can't say please and thank you. What do you, yeah. Yeah, but no, we're not responsible. Yeah, just distance ourselves as best as we can from those people because we're not responsible for them.
But also don't allow them to change you.
Right, exactly.
Be positive, be happy, be you. Don't allow the negative to affect you as an individual. I've known them for many years, but same old boring vibes.
And I mean, Pop, that's what we're talking about here. I mean, after a while, when you start feeding into your happiness, you start to feed less into your unhappiness. It happens organically. And that's a sad world when we're told we're too happy. Yeah. Did you see the video I sent you? What was it about, Ben? God bless you. Thank you for stopping in
and
on
that's
Instagram.
The thing. Yeah. One of the things that if he doesn't respond, because I'll go in and check our messages and I just open them and close them.
They're family accounts, right?
Yeah, we
They're
have a family.
accounts.
So I see messages and I close it. And now I'm just realizing that if it's not open, he doesn't see it.
Yeah, what was it? However, yeah, I'll go looking for a message from you, Ben. Apologies.
Write that down, please.
Message from Ben.
Sorry, Ben. Yeah, we have a family account, so we're all in these conversations.
Yeah.
I'm not much of a
Responder.
responder to messages, so he does, but I kind of just go in there and see what's going on and if there's anybody that I actually know, whatever. And but yeah, other than that, I'm not really what? Sorry. My mom gave me up as a twin.
Yes, I
because
did see
my
that,
twin
Ben.
brother died at birth.
I did see that,
Oh.
Ben. God bless you. Thank you. I did see that. I did go through that one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did. I'll let you read that again, please.
So my mom gave me up as a 2-week baby because my twin brother died at birth. I'm sorry to hear that.
God bless you. May I ask? Because that situation. When we look back objectively,
That for me, I'm going to
It's
a
tough.
point. That's that grieving piece,
Right,
right?
yeah.
And
yeah.
I don't know the situation in
right.
regards
There's
to
so
that
much.
because
Yeah.
there's a lot
God
of.
bless you.
What I like to say is that our parents made the decisions and choices based on the information that they had.
Right. She's speaking to you now directly, my love. Read that out loud, please.
All my life, I was a good daughter to her. Even she couldn't be a good mom.
Yeah.
That, yeah.
Yeah. God bless
I'm
you.
sorry to hear that. I can empathize with that because when you are looking for that affection, that love from somebody that's not going to reciprocate that, it is hard. For me right now, I'm 2 years removed from, just cutting all communication with my own mother in regards to that. So I focus on my family. And for me, that has actually been healing, and also talking about it with, because I go to therapy,
Yeah.
because that has been very important for me.
Yeah. The therapy piece.
Mm-hmm.
And again, and this is, thank you. This is to get back to what she had said earlier. Me being her being able to verbalize certain things, and that's the importance of therapy. Because if we weren't in therapy, and and these things started happening because triggers, I would be just getting bombarded and be like, holy smokes, what is going on? I want you to have a voice. And this was an actual conversation. I want you to have a voice. However, it's like, why you always got to just use it against me? And the thing was, why the importance of this, and this was life-changing. When our therapist told us, quite simply, she said to me quite simply that, because I said, why is it her voice only used against me? And she says, because you've created a safe space for her to do so. It wasn't safe for her to raise her voice or have a voice or have an opinion previously. So the
17 years of
biting your tongue.
Yeah.
Biting your tongue. And so, my knowing that now, I was like, oh, so I'm doing a good thing. And it's like, well, yeah. And it's like, well, I can hold on. I can hold on because, she's that important to me, and I want her to get past her trauma. And I think that understanding what was happening was pivotal for me, because if I had no understanding of what was going on, I would just be feeling put upon and victimized. Right? And so, again, talk therapy. Got to feel it. You got to feel those emotions. You got to talk about them. You got to explore them. And, it's, I know that there's some kind of stigma that's associated with mental health issues. However, I'm happy to say that in the last 10, 15 years, little by little, that stigma has been lifted, and people are understanding and appreciating that hurt people hurt people.
Because I was a very hurt person. And so, years of not being able to actually talk, and then I'm like, hey, now I'm safe. You're gonna, and he has not even done anything to, I don't want to say you deserved it, but yeah, it was just, it's just so interesting how the mind works.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so fascinated with how we are able to not even know we're going through certain things until you've had your eyes open.
Mm-hmm. Bernie's talking.
Yeah,
to
she
you,
has
David.
passed away, and I went to look after her.
God bless.
when
What
she was
grace.
dying.
What grace.
God bless.
What grace. What grace that you, after having so much trauma associated, that you still went and cared for your mother as she was. What grace. God bless you. God bless you. And God bless you both for being there for each other. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm a firm believer that in this world there's somebody for everybody. I found my somebody. I found my somebody. I mean, and it was a long haul. And however, there was a great deal. Everything that I went through was in preparation for where I am today. No regrets. No regrets. God is good. And he didn't bring me through it unless he planned on bringing me to it to bring me through it. So yeah, God is good. I always wonder why loved ones are so ungrateful. I mean, the toughest apology you'll ever have to accept is the one that you'll never get, especially when you're talking about generational trauma. So the only thing I can say in relation to that is that forgive your parents because they did the best that they could.
And then I'm with you on that, like, you know, forgive your parents, but sometimes when you actually talk to your parent and say, hey, this is how you're making me feel,
and they don't honor that.
They don't honor your voice or even your feelings.
Yeah.
And so you just come to a point, well, okay, well, I'm doing my part to even have a healthy relationship with you.
Yeah.
But the other parent is not doing what they should be doing, even as a parent.
Yeah.
You kind of just have to step back and just love them from afar.
And ironically enough, that's exactly where both of us are with her mom, my dad.
Yeah, and it's like when you say they're ungrateful, like some for family members, whatever, I feel that for family members that are ungrateful, they're so used to taking.
Yeah.
And they don't actually, they just take. Like, they're those energy thieves. They're always expecting something, and then...
You know, you have a right to be happy, and the only people that will ever get upset with you setting healthy boundaries are ones that are used to stepping on your boundaries. And, I mean, it's unfortunate. It weighs on my soul. It weighs on my spirit. It does. However, I don't know what, I don't even know. Once a man, twice a child. And I mean, our parents had their own trauma. And trauma left unhealed is, you know, after a while it takes over your life, or it can. And that's, you know, then when you couple personal trauma with generational trauma, you know, I mean, you know, old people tend to have the conviction of belief that I've been this way my entire life. Or you can't
teach an old dog new tricks.
That's
However,
true,
that's where it's not true, but some of them believe that.
Facts, yeah.
However, we're in a position where let us do something about it now. You know, because we're not responsible for what our parents have done. We're responsible for not allowing it to go forward.
That's right.
So are we going to be happy in this moment that we've created for our own family?
That's right.
And just move forward? For me, it's like, I wasn't talking like this 2 years ago.
Yeah, true story.
2 years later, now I'm like, okay,
2 years ago, she was still trying to reconcile.
And, you know, just still feeling hurt.
Yeah.
However, I'm at a point where I'm not allowing it to affect my day-to-day life.
Yeah.
And just move forward with my family, because if I'm not happy, usually nobody's happy.
True story. True story. It's like when she's not, like, I mean, me and her will walk past each other like two ships in the night, and I'll check in. Nope, not ready yet. Keep it moving. You know, true story. I love you so much.
I love you, baby.
Verna says, my mom being an alcoholic, I vowed not to use alcohol, and I rarely have a drink. God bless you. I raised my kids without saying much and tried to allow her to be a grandma. She was good at that. And you know, it's so interesting how our parents are good at grandparenting, but they weren't so much at parenting. I had to set boundaries and stick to them. Yeah. Happy wife, happy life. That's my mantra, Verna. And every time I say it, she counters with, Happy house.
Happy spouse.
Facts.
happy
Yeah, that's what you.
spouse,
Happy house.
happy
Happy
house.
house. Yeah. Okay. Happy spouse. Happy house. Sorry.
Yeah.
Move forward. Yeah, you got to keep it moving, man. You got to keep it no matter what. Dr. King, to paraphrase Dr. King, he said that, if you can't walk, crawl. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by whatever means necessary, keep moving. Again, the idea is not to learn to live within your trauma or to learn to make concessions for your trauma or to make concessions because of your trauma. The idea is to learn to get past your trauma. And a great many people today are living in their trauma and as such are very much unhappy and don't really know why. And we have to take a longer, harder look at our mental health. I saw something the other day that really touched my heart. It says that this generation of children, why do they spend so much time in their room? And a young person came on, it was a TikTok, and a young person came on and he was like, because we're depressed. And he gave a various amount of reasons, and a lot of it had to do with generational trauma and toxic parenting.
I can't remember. I did an assignment in one of my classes last term, and it was doing your life evaluation. Even though no matter what age you are, say you could be in your 20s, you could be in your 30s, 40s, 50s, going on. And at every stage, we should be able to be doing a self-life evaluation. So if you're 20 years old, looking back at however long you can remember and saying, hey, how can I do different going forward? And then you get to 30, because some of them don't stick. It's creating those lifestyle patterns. So at 30, okay, well, what have I done, and what don't I want to carry forward into the next 10 years? So it's just doing those self-evaluations. So what is that trauma at 20? What is that trauma at 30? Even by 2 years, doing those self-evaluations, because we don't know what we're actually carrying within us. Like, am I being a poopy person this year? What's actually going on in my life? Have I increased my alcohol intake? Have I, befriended somebody that's actually not a good role model?
Right.
So, just looking at who you surround yourself with, what are your habits, either good or bad, and trying to at least make minor changes, because over time, you'll kind of look forward and, not carry them forward into the next phase. 1 to 20
phase of your life. I mean, we all go through phases in our life, and I mean, that's how it's meant to be. And yes, she is both. And you want to, Verna there said, I felt that was good. Go ahead, please.
I felt I was a good mother, yet struggling with being a grandmother.
Really? You struggling with being we can't wait to be grandparents over here. You can't wait to spoil them kids rotten, then send them home to their parents all hopped up on sugar. It's true story. True story. Going to be the worst grandparents ever, or the best, depending on how you look at it. Depending on your perspective. From the kids' perspective, we're going to be the best grandparents ever. From our kids' perspective, they yeah.
And we plan on having like a van for life, because it's like how many grandchildren we can fit in the vehicle with us. Yeah.
We actually need a bigger van. We have a minivan right now, and we need something bigger. I don't like it. Like, we're a family of 12, right? And we need 2 vehicles to get us all around. I'd like to be able to get all around in one vehicle. That is a goal. Yes, it is hard. Well, life, right? Life. Where you want to go, baby? We're at about an hour.
We're at about yeah. Today has been a very long day for me. I'm actually changing up my schedule. So
up at the crack of dawn.
Yeah, I start next week at work at 8 a.m. So, and usually I'm a morning person, and I require routine. What? I'm not a morning person. Sorry.
Usually I'm a morning. What?
I'm not
Since
a morning.
when?
I'm not a morning person. I actually have to have my routine. Do this by this time. Like, 2 cups of coffee, then I'm alive, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been adjusting.
Slowly.
Even over the weekend, I've been up at like 6 a.m. and.
Pop says we should get a stretch limo. No way, man. You know what is a game changer for me? What is going on here? Oh, I'm about to die up there. Grandma Debbie, I think that my phone up top is about to die, so if I lose you, apologies. I needed to charge my phone and I didn't. The game changer for me was sliding doors, man. I could never go back to anything without sliding doors. That is no door dents, no opening door. I mean, sliding door, baby, get in and out the vehicle like a lady. No, man, the sliding doors, man. I could never go back. The kids are on their electronics and just so caught up with media. We regulate how much media they use in the home, and and if they mad about it, tough. Just asking because I'm picking up an accent on her. You have an accent. See?
I know.
You should hear when she decide to go British. When she speaks.
It's so my,
She come walk up to me. It was spot tight. I'm like, what? what? She was asking me if I wanted some tea. All of a sudden, some high British accent come up. I'm like, what?
And then, my brother phone was it Friday?
Yeah.
My brother phoned,
Yeah,
and
because
then
it's Fifi's birthday.
yeah, and then he's trying to mess around with me, and I don't know what he was thinking. So he phones me from his wife's phone, thinking
He's going to change his voice.
And he changes his voice into like he's trying to talk like a woman. Is Rachel there?
Yeah.
And I'm like, not the guy.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden my accent comes out more
Yeah.
because it's when my relations call
Yeah.
or I'm talking to them. Yeah, I
Yeah.
you can take the girl out of the res, but you can't take the res out of the girl sometimes.
Oh, my version of that?
Yeah.
True story. I'm about 14 years old visiting my mom in Toronto. I have two moms, my bio mom and the one that raised me. My bio mom is still in Toronto. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Mom. The mom who raised me passed when I was a long time ago. And so I'm in Toronto visiting my bio mom. And we're at Centennial Park, Exhibition Stadium, the old Exhibition Stadium, just a bunch of kids hanging out, having a good time, 12, 13, 14 years old, making fuss. And, we're just running around, about 5, 6, 7 of us. And I'm walking by this dude in line, and he look, and he like, you can take them out the jungle, but you can't take the jungle out of them. And I fell over laughing. I thought it was one of the funniest things I'd ever heard. Because, I was dumb to racism. I was from Winnipeg. What do I know? I was from Winnipeg,
Well, it
man.
was just that defense mechanism. Sometimes
Laughter
they know
is,
that's
laughter is that, in fact, defense. Because it's like you hear something so blatantly, overtly racist, and it's like, what do I do?
Yeah.
They laugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
However, I
it's-
genuinely did think that was funny because, I agreed with him. We were wilding. we were kids. We were wilding out. We were having fun.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
So yeah, you'll hear my my res accent come out once in a while.
Yeah. One
And
second.
I say it even in the home, like I actually, doorbell.
That doorbell, that's hot. Like, who's somebody ring up? You know it's a pandemic. What you want?
Hi. No, she's not. Brooke's at Fifi's, Brooke's already in bed.
Oh, it's the neighbor. There's the neighbors. They want to come play with the kids, but our kids keep a very tight schedule. It's 9:30. They've been asleep for an hour already. So, no kids coming out to play now. No, but early to bed, early to rise makes the Simpsons family healthy, wealthy, and wise. Here come the big guy passing through. Come say hello, big guy. Let me stick your head in and say hello. You're the big guy.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. And he really is that big. He really is that big. I'm trying to get him to up his account and go on Big Talk, but he don't want. Got size 17 shoes. Big Talk. It's a thing. You got to be 6'4" or better.
Big talk, okay?
Big Talk. Yeah, Big Talk. Yeah, you got to be like 6 something better. Yeah, he's 6'8". So yeah, he's a big dude. And once in a while, I'll come up in the morning get a snack. 6'9", no 6'8" only. Yeah, I'm from ways up north, Ontario, and I have a lot of Indigenous friends. Nice. Are you 6'9", Pop? Are you actually 6'9"? Good schedule. But yeah, we gonna rock because the conversation has been lovely this evening, and it's gone exactly where it was supposed to go.
Yeah, and I need to get to bed because
It's bedtime.
6 a.m. comes early for me.
How the heck would you know? I mean, you ain't seen 6 a.m. in how many years? What you talking about right now? What are you even talking about? Oh, your 19-year-old is 6'4". That's awesome. And Pop says 6 foot. He likes basketball. Yes. He's both the boys are basketball boys. His younger brother is 6'6", and that's interesting because Jordan is 6. He's 17. He's 6'6", and he grew a foot in 2 summers. So like, I mean, he was like short, and then all of a sudden he just went.
Yeah, when I met him, I was like the same height. Now he's like.
Uh-oh.
Mom's calling.
Okay, we gotta go. Mom's calling. Gotta go.